What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new commentary video. It has been a minute, bro. Oh my gosh, I have not made a commentary video in a while, but I'm back. I'm here and I'm ready to do one. So as you can see, we're speedrunning in the background. Now this is a buried treasure seed. And low-key, I'm not that good with buried treasure. Like, you're about to see this real quick. Like, I passed by it, like it's in this chunk that I'm in right now, but I got confused and I thought it was farther ahead, so I started going because there's a way to like get a spike when you're in F5 doing it, but I was like, okay, there's no way it's this far out. So then I go back over and then I find it in this chunk right here. But yeah, so I'm making a commentary video today, and I feel like I want to talk about feeling down because I want to like I think it'll be nice to have like a balance when I do commentary videos, like some that are just like updates or some that are just like fun or goofy and stuff, and some that are like almost serious topic, like, nothing crazy serious, but somewhat serious topics. Also, I start taking a lot of drowning damage here, so I actually go back in the water to drown and die. That way I reset my hunger and my health. But the problem is that when I go back to grab my stuff, so I go back and I grab all my stuff except for my iron, the stuff that I actually like really need it, and I can't find it. I don't know where it is. Now it's up and it's to the right. But I don't see it at first. I'm like panicking. Like, where did my iron go? Well, I eventually find it. Also, if you're wondering, so you're gonna see throughout this video and other commentary videos of me speedrunning some crazy like spawns and stuff, especially in the Nether, like fortresses all over, like multiple fortresses and bastions and stuff. That's because I'm using this mod. It's called Lucky Seed. Now, be warned, if you're trying to get an actual like RSG run and you want to get it on the leaderboards, you can't use that mod. That's an illegal mod. But if you just want to like practice your tech and stuff, or like practice with good seeds, because the hardest part about RSG is just getting a good seed to like play. But if you just want to practice your tech, then use that mod because it guarantees you a good seed every time, and it's better for just like practicing your tech and stuff. That's what I'm using. So you'll notice like a crazy Nether and stuff because there's a bunch of fortresses. But back to the topic. So, feeling down. Today, I was not feeling great. And honestly, like, I feel like I've been in those periods where I've just been in like a bad mood every day. I feel like there's some days where like you just wake up and you're in a bad mood. You know, you're just in a bad mood. And then it becomes like a chain reaction where like you're in a bad mood, but you want to get out of that bad mood. But you become in a even worse bad mood because you're mad at yourself because you're in a bad mood, and it's just like, oh my gosh, bro, what am I doing with myself? So, oh, I just passed over that ravine. I didn't even realize. I didn't even see that. Oh my goodness, there was one right there. Luckily, there's one literally like up ahead, but that could have saved a few seconds. But I feel like this past week, and maybe like a week and a half especially, I've just been in like a bad mood, you know? And like, again, you don't know, like, I don't really know why I'm in a bad mood or anything. But today especially, I have just been feeling down, bro. I've been feeling really down. And I don't know what it was, you know? I think it's just one of those human things that happen where you like feel in a really bad mood and you just feel like sad sometimes, and it just kind of sucks, you know. But I yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, I wish there was something I could say like, oh, I was in a bad mood because of this or because of that, but like, I don't really know why I was in. Also, quick side note, my lava ghosted there. I think when I load into the Nether, you'll see it disappear. But like, that lava completely, yeah, look, my bucket's empty. Oh my gosh, it ghosted, bro. So cooked. Um, but I was just like in a bad mood today. And I think it was kind of like a slow incline into like a bad mood. You know, I didn't like wake up and I wasn't feeling in a bad mood. I just kind of like woke up and I was feeling like I was just feeling like, okay, I'm not excited. I'm not like super happy, but you know, it's a Tuesday and I'm here. But throughout the day, it was just almost like slowly and slowly I was getting in a worse and worse mood. And it wasn't like like a mad mood. Like, I wasn't like upset or angry or anything, but just almost like sad and something, you know, and stuff like that. Also, double fortress here. There's one back there and one right there in like the left corner. The problem is I'm trying to find my bastion here because I got like a multiple spikes for my E-ray because again, Lucky Seed, it's a crazy thing. Like it generates so many structures. I think that's a third fortress actually. But I'm trying to find my bastion, so I'm running this way and just hoping that I run into a bastion and not another fortress. But I mean, I was in a bad mood, and sorry, I'm like trying to pause because I want to talk about the bastion real quick because I see the bastion right here, up there. There it is. So I see the bastion, and I'm like, okay, perfect. This is gonna be a good seed because there's fortresses all around, and I just have to go through the bastion. But the problem is I actually could not tell what type of bastion this was based on the angle I was at. I was thinking that it was treasure. I was right. It was a treasure bastion. But I was confused because I was approaching it from, like, behind it. But I get, like, disoriented because you never enter a bastion from, like, this side. So I kind of get lost in the walls for a minute and I start panicking. Like, I hear the piglins all around, but I don't know where I'm really supposed to go. Like, where's, like, the exit? And this is I'm changing my music on Spotify. That's why I was pausing. But I finally find an exit, and then this staircase here proves that it was treasure. This is how I confirmed that it was treasure. I do get kind of like lost in it for a second though. I don't know. I just went. I don't know what I was doing going through this. So I decided to mine out, and I see like this is definitely treasure. But then I see there's a freaking fortress inside of the bastion. I paused my game. I'm like, holy frick, bro, this is crazy. It was absolutely crazy RNG. It was insane. Back to the topic. Yeah, again, it was like a slow incline throughout the day. And I think it's almost like a buildup. I feel like humans, and especially like teenagers, especially, which, I mean, I'm a teenager. I'm 16. I'm a teenager. But there's just almost like a slow, like, emotional buildup. And I think that's kind of what is going on with me. I feel like there's so many small things that are just built up that it's put me in this like bad, like sad, down mood for the past like week and a half. And then today was just like almost like maybe like a combination, like a wombo combo of all those things that just kind of made it worse because I was really feeling it. But again, like that's the thing is I feel like nobody really thinks about like the small things that can affect people. I feel like usually if it's like, why are you in a bad mood? It's like you're expecting like, I don't know, my car broke down or something, or, you know, like a family member's sick, or I failed a test. But I feel like it could just be little stuff that's just slowly like building up over time. And I think that's the problem is because that's like the hardest to catch. It's so hard to catch when it's something like super small because, you know, if one small thing happens, like I actually don't know what the like your chicken sandwich from Popeyes, it came burnt and you couldn't really eat it. Like you wouldn't expect that to ruin or affect the next week of your life, but you kind of ignore it and push it down because it's such a small thing in your mind, so it doesn't matter to you. So then it just like builds up. And I think that's kind of what's going on with me. And I feel like it's super, super important to recognize stuff like that. Because again, that is what builds to like the big breaking point. Just all those small things happening over time that you don't catch because you don't think you need to catch them. Like, for example, I think one reason I started getting in like a bad mood today was because during lunch today, when I was trying to walk and like talk with my friend and stuff, because I usually talk with him every day, he was on his phone like the entire time, and he was just watching videos on his phone, like Instagram and stuff. And you know, I wasn't like mad at him or anything, but I feel like it kind of made me sad, and it kind of like brought my mood down because of that. Because it was just like I felt like I was just being kind of ignored and stuff, and that wasn't his intention or anything, but that's just how my mind processed that. And, you know, I had a thought of like, okay, he's also not going to be here on Friday, which sucks because then I'm going to be kind of just chilling by myself during lunch on Friday. So I'm already thinking about that, and it's kind of bringing my mood down. And freaking, I don't know. I mean, why was I in a bad mood today? That's such an, like, I wish I knew. Like, I genuinely wish I knew because I kind of want to, like, say something to you guys, be like, yeah, this is why I was in a bad mood, but this is what I did to help it. But the thing is, I have no idea why I was in a bad mood. That's the problem, is I have no idea why I was in a bad mood, which sucks. And I know, like, right now you're probably thinking, like, this guy is not in a bad mood. What the frick? He's sitting here, like, laughing and stuff. Like, oh, what is he talking about? But that's also kind of why I wanted to record a commentary video, because it kind of just, like, it helps my mood and it makes me feel better. But then, like, my 4th period class, I almost died here, bro. Half a heart. Crazy. I should have pearled, but I don't know what I was doing. Oh my gosh, hang on. Watch this. I'm going to try to find the spawner, and then I think I was changing my music again. I go, and then I accidentally, as I'm trying to pearl, I accidentally close out of the world, and I'm like, oh no. So I try to exit out of this world, but then it loads another one, so I have to wait for this world to load. Then I have to stop resets and quit, go to my single players, and then reload the world. And then it kicks me back like a few seconds. It's not that big of a deal, but I was like, oh my gosh, bro, I was such a little goof. But you know, my last class of the day today, my 4th period, you know, like, the class is divided up into different groups to work on something, and me and my friend were separated. And the thing is that, like, me and my friend, you know, we've been friends for over a decade. So we do kind of get, like, a little distracted sometimes and stuff. So we were put into 2 separate groups, specifically because of that, which isn't that big of a deal, but, like, no other friend groups were really separated. Everybody else had, like, their friends with them. So it felt very, like, I don't want to say a personal attack or anything, because I think that's dramatic, but it felt very, like, directed at us. And the thing is, we're not, like, you know, we don't disrupt the class or anything. Like, we mind our business. You know, there's other groups in that class that are way, like, louder and more distracting and don't respect the teacher at all type of groups, or not at all, but don't show the teacher as much respect as we do. We're always polite and kind. But we were just separated, and it kind of just, like, killed my mood. Like, oh wow, it felt like a very personal, direct thing, and that brought my mood down. And then I was just stuck kind of by myself. Everybody else in, like, my group weren't really chatting, but they were still, like, talking to each other a little bit, and, you know, most of them had their friends with them. Like, there's an entire friend group there, and I was just kind of by myself. And then during it, I ended up messing up. I was like, I messed up, like, doing the thing, and it also brought my mood down. Again, it's the small things, but I, like, messed up doing it, and I felt embarrassed because I was kind of behind everybody else, and I felt like embarrassed about it, which was silly, because there was nothing to be embarrassed about it. I mean, it was a kind of an interesting thing to do for the class, but it brought my mood down. And then, yeah, it just kind of killed my mood. So then I left school and stuff, and I started driving home, and then the thought really, like, hit into my head, like, man, I am in a bad mood. And, like, I had realized that I was, like, kind of in a bad mood for, like, that entire week and a half period. Like, I was even telling, like, Yogurt one day, like, man, I've been in such a bad mood. I don't know why. But today felt more like sad. Like, I felt, like, upset and, like, on the edge of just feeling really emotional. I felt, like, very emotional, and I didn't know why. And I was just trying to figure out, like, what is going on. And it just felt like things kept piling up. So I really started to focus, or at least try to focus on what could be really, like, bringing my mood down. Like, what are those things? Because it was really affecting me. Like, I got home today, and I hopped on Nightfall SMP, which is a server I'm part of, with a bunch of my friends, and I got on, and I just did not want to play. I just didn't want to play at all. I tried to, but then I was like, guys, I'm just gonna go edit. I didn't feel like talking or hanging out with anybody, and I went to go edit because I was like, okay, I want to edit. Because another thing that's been bringing my mood down is that I felt like I need to get a new video out on my main channel, and I haven't been doing that. Well, I've been working on it, but not, like, grinding editing. Like, I've got all the footage and stuff, but I really need to edit and stuff. So I started editing, but I only got like 20 minutes. I was editing for 20 minutes, and then I just felt sad. Like I wasn't liking the video. I started almost second guessing it. Like I don't even know if I want to do this video anymore. So I just stopped editing. And I just felt sad. I was like, why? Like, why don't I want to hang out with my friends? Why don't I want to edit and stuff? And I've just been in a bad mood. And the thing is that again, I don't have like this answer I can give you for what to do if you're in a bad mood. Because if there's something specific that's bugging you, then go try to handle that. But obviously sometimes in life you're just going to be in a bad mood and it kind of sucks, which is what's going on with me. Like I'm just in a bad mood to be in a bad mood. Now there's are certain things that are 100% like contributing to that. Like for example, school, I'm behind that like on school stuff and I'm struggling in school and all that. You know, my friend kind of not intentionally, but like me feeling like ignored by my friend today. There's stuff going on with this girl at school and it's not like super great, you know, nothing crazy is going on that's like super great. And, you know, it's not bad or anything, but it's not like great. And then, you know, the stuff that happened in my last class of the day where I felt like me and my friend were being separated while everybody else was fine. It was just like, it's that stuff that's more direct. But I've just been in a bad mood in general. And I don't know why I've been in a bad mood. There's multiple like things that are making me in a bad mood that I could handle. I could talk with my friend. I could talk to this girl. I could get caught up on my school stuff, which I really need to do. Also, holy frick, I don't think you understand how much shock I was in when I landed in the stronghold. When I measured my eyes, I had a 35% for landing in the stronghold. So I was preparing to land somewhere random in the world and then I was preparing to remeasure my eye on the surface, but I land in the frickin' stronghold. It was crazy. So I'm trying to find the portal room. I got a spike, so I know the general direction of it. But when I try to go up, I actually go up to starter, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, it's exposed. And I thought this big room right here was the portal room, so I try to mine into it because this is the general shape of the portal room. But I ended up looping back into the library where I spawned, and I was gonna leave. And I do kind of look for the portal room for a second, kind of like it might be around here because I got the spike. But then I'm like, oh, wait, I actually need wood because I don't have like any wood for beds. So I go to grab some wood. But that's the thing is that in life, sometimes you're going to be in a bad mood. And sometimes the things that are putting you in a bad mood, you can't control them, right? You know, there's some stuff that I've said that is putting me in a bad mood that I can't control at all. And it's like I kind of just have to tell myself like, yeah, it sucks. I don't like it. Also, I accidentally go back to the starter again. I was being a complete goober, bro. But there's some stuff in life that's like you're in a bad mood and you can't control it. So you just kind of got to like accept it. Just take a deep breath and understand like I can't do anything about this. And for the stuff that you can control, then control it. Or if you make a mistake, then just say, okay, it's fine. You know, we all make mistakes. It's not that big of a deal. In the grand scheme of things, like zoom out. That's something I've been taught. Zoom out. Like in the grand scheme of things, I messed up in my 4th period today, but in 1,000 years, nobody's going to know about that. It's not going to matter at all in 1,000 years. Who cares? Like, who cares? Yeah, sure. It sucked then, but it doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of all humans, it won't matter. And again, for the stuff you can't control, you just kind of got to take it. Like, I just take a deep breath and I'm like, it sucks. I can't do anything about it. You just got to accept it. Because sometimes in life, stuff happens that you can't control at all. And you just kind of got to accept it. And, you know, I think being in bad moods, especially for a decent amount of time, obviously, you know, there's an extent to like, okay, maybe it's kind of more of a problem than just like I'm in a bad mood. But it becomes to a certain point where it's good. It's good to be in a bad mood because I think when you experience these like periods of feeling almost like negative, it makes you appreciate the moments of being happy and not stressed so much more. Like I think it's very valuable to have these bad periods in order to have the good periods. So yeah, that's my advice or my talking about that. I don't really know. The speedrun is about to end. I don't kill the dragon here, bro. It's so sad. I messed up the one cycle. I don't have any food, which is me not having food killed this run. But yeah, I guess before I talk about this one cycle, if you have any topics you want me to talk about, let me know. If you have any ideas for videos or thoughts or whatever, if how about this? If you have advice for how to get out of a bad mood that you two, let me know, bro. Let the comments know, because I want to know that. So I messed up this one cycle here, and I think I actually went to the wrong side, because the dragon either goes right or left, like spins right or left, and I think I went to the wrong side, but I butchered this one cycle. Like, oh my gosh, bro. It was so bad. I run out of beds, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to break the crystals, but I don't have any food to heal myself, so I want to go get that crystal, so I run out, I get hit by the dragon, and then I die to my pearl. So yeah, it sucks, but hope you guys enjoyed this commentary video. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Stay happy and stay positive. Peace.